MFC-J410w. This is JakeBensonMeyerTube here, and I have a review for you of the Brother MFC-J410w printer. So I got this printer about 3 weeks ago from Staples, and I paid $100 for it. And so let me just show you around it. So some of the stuff on the front, there is a on-off button right here. There's your number pad right here for doing faxes and entering numbers of copies. You have your redial button, your hook, you have your fax, scan, copy, and photo capture. And then you have your menu and your directional buttons, your OK button, your clear, your stop exit, and your two start buttons for the black and color. And then you have here, you have your LCD screen, which is 1.9 inches. So, on the front, you have your paper tray, which you can just pull out. And this is what all your paper goes into. You just put your paper in there. And to do that, you can just lift it up, put your paper in. If you see, there's a little green tab right here, and there's all these sliders to make sure your paper fits correctly. But this slider is cool because you can click it and then you pull it out, and it fits legal size paper. So if you're printing like a legal document, this printer will work. So you can just slide that right back. Then also it has this little thing right here so that like the paper stops, so it doesn't fly out of the printer. Right here you have two slots for memory cards to print directly from a chip. Up here you have a 15 sheet auto document feeder, so you can just stick up to 15 sheets in there and it'll just bring it around and copy it or scan it or do whatever you need to do. Yeah, on the back of this printer, or on the side right here, you have the ports for your fax. I don't have a fax, or I'm not using it as a fax. If you turn it even more, you have this little door right here, and you can actually lift up this little thing and bring that down. And so if you have like a paper jam or something, it'll get jammed right here and you can just pull it out. So that's cool. It's easy to get to paper jams. I haven't actually had any paper jams yet. And then also here, if you have a paper jam with your scanning, you just move this up. You just lift that thing, and then you can receive the paper. You can get the paper out. So let's turn it back to the front. Up top, if you lift this thing, the top, you have a glass bed that will fit up to regular, or you can get regular sheets of paper and A4 piece of paper. I'm not really quite sure what that is, but yeah. So yeah, one more thing is that usually what you end up doing is you end up paying about $100 for a printer or something like that, and then you end up paying about $70 to $80 when you want to get new ink. Well, this printer is pretty cool. If you open up right here, you see where the ink is, and the ink, and you press this little lever and it'll pop out, and you can pull it out. So right now I have the Brother cartridges. I have the Brother cartridges in here, which is the generic one, or which is the name brand one. But I have that in there, and because that's what came with the printer. But I've already used up one black ink cartridge, and on Amazon I found these generic ones, and they're right here. I actually bought 9, 2 of each color and 3 black for $8, and they're exactly the same. They're not the same. They're not name brand, but they work the same. They have the same amount of ink in them. Their performance is the same. So I was printing a lot of documents for school, and it worked just great. No. So, yeah, let's move up and I'll show you some stuff on the screen. Alright, so now we're up close on this LCD screen. So some of the Brother printers have a larger screen that you can kind of like manipulate for your viewing angle, which makes it easier to to get what you need to get done. But this one just has a small screen. It does what you need to do. So up in the right hand corner, you have this thing, kind of looks like the Apple thing, the airport for Wi-Fi. That is what it is. It's the thing that receives the Wi-Fi signal. This printer is completely wireless. The only cable I have into it, is, you can't see that, but the power cord. And that's all I really need to go into it. Because my computer is wireless and it just sends the files over the wireless network, and it's all good. So let's go to the menu. I click the menu button, and then if you click ink, you can look at the ink volume, and you can see how much ink you have, which is nice. Then you can click clear, which just goes back. You can do a test print, cleaning, or you go back again, and now you're back to the menu. You have the network, which is what you use to set up the printer on your wireless network. Print reports, I don't know what that is. That's probably just help. Yeah. You have machine info, which tells you your serial number. Your initial setup, which is just your initial setup, like if you want sounds on or off, or whenever you click a button if you want it to beep. You have general setup, which just pretty much just has a bunch of settings. You can turn the brightness up or down. I have it down because it's easier to see it on the video. And if I do that, it's also easier now. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about the menus. Then if I just move this over just a little bit, you have your fax, scan, and copy buttons. And let's see, I'm gonna move this out a little bit so I can get all that in the frame. Alright, so if you click the fax button, you're taken to your fax, and you can enter your number and decide what you want to fax. If you hit scan, it'll ask you, do you want to scan it to, I don't know if you guys can read that, but it asks you scan to file, it's the first one, scan to media, scan to email, or scan to OCR. OCR is like scanning it so that it scans it and it puts it in a text document and it shows it, like it makes it so you can edit it. Media is picture, email, and file is just like a PDF. If you hit copy, you can choose your quality. You can choose if you want to enlarge it or fit it to the page, or how big you want to make it. You can choose your paper type, paper size, density, sort or stack, page layout, and yeah. And if you click photo capture, it's not going to let me do that because I don't have a memory card in there. So that is basically it. Let me see. Oh, one more thing. Let me bring the camera back out and I will be back. So in the first part of the video, I forgot to mention that if you turn to the side, you see this little tab right here, and if you lift that up, it'll open up to the inside where the ink cartridges move past and everything. Sorry about that. And so if you have paper jam in there, you can just pull it out. And then to close it again, you just lift this thing up and then push the green down and then just push this down and you're good. So to prove to you that it really is wireless, I have my laptop here and you can see it has no cords going into it. And so I'll move it right over here, just on top of this box. And so I'm going to print this document. we can watch the printer, and it'll say receiving document, I'm pretty sure. Yep, or receiving data on the screen. I don't think you guys can see that. And then, you see, it's going. I have this table that kind of spins a little bit, so since it's the ink is going back and forth, and you can kind of see the whole printer is kind of moving back and forth. So let's just wait for this to be done. Okay, so here is that document. It's for programming. So now I'll show you the scanner, and the scanner also works wirelessly. So you take a document. I'll show you the glass one for now. You just stick it there, and I'm going to press scan to file, and I'm going to pick my PC and click start in black and white. And let me move you over so you can look at my computer. And you'll see it says connecting the PC. Now it's scanning, and see that little progress bar that just showed up on my computer screen? That says that it's scanning. And then just let it finish, and it'll pop up on my desktop right here, and then I can double click it and it'll open, and there it is. The whole thing is in pretty good quality, and yeah, so I'm just gonna close that. So now, one last thing, back to the printer. So if I click copy, and then I just leave all the settings normal, just click black, let's make sure that the copier works. And then we open it back up, and so the original and the copy are pretty much exactly the same. Like, they are exactly the same. And so this printer can copy, scan, print photos, and regular text. So yeah, I hope you like this. And one of the reasons I did this video was because I was looking, when I was buying this printer, I was looking on YouTube for reviews of this, and there's no reviews of this printer. So I decided to do one. So I hope you like this. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.